Hello Year 3, happy Tuesday, time for some more maths, and we're going to get started with a little activity, a little quiz on Education City today. Now before we begin and I show you where to find it, last week there were a few little concerns about not being able to access the next activity in your sequence of activities we set you. The reason for this is that before, when we've set you Education City tasks, we've allowed you to do them, and then once you've finished, you can do the next one, etc. This time, we've set them so that they're set for a particular day, and it means that you have to go into that activity, complete the quiz or the questions, and you have to score 80% of the questions correct to be able to unlock the next activity. So if you weren't able to unlock it, that's probably why. And I know some of you had some difficulty getting the assessment up, and that may have been the reason as well. So when you do today's activity, try not to rush through it, because we're checking all of your scores and we can see what you score and whether you've tried it again. And then when you've got the 80%, it will unlock the next activity, which will be for another day. Okay, so the activities are not all meant to be done in one day. We will tell you which ones to do on each day. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you now. I'm going to see if I can find it on here. So when you log into your Education City, you need to go into your city. Now, it looks a bit different because I'm a teacher, but you've got a new folder here called Handling Data and Statistics. That's what we're learning about this week. So if you click into there, your starter for today is called Summer Fair. Here it is. And you can see, look, these ones are locked, which means you can't do these ones until you have passed this one. And then we'll tell you when you're going to do the next ones in the other lessons. So click into Summer Fair. Now, yesterday you did some interpreting pictograms. That means reading and understanding pictograms. So this is revising what you did yesterday and checking that you understood what to do. So click on Summer Fair. It will load up for you. There we go. That was our Walt from yesterday. So we're doing a recap on this. When you press start, children, it will give you some information on pictograms, which we learned about yesterday. And then there will be some questions for you to answer. Remember to take your time, read the key. That's really important when you're looking at pictograms. Answer the questions. And when you're finished, you can come back to the video. So what I'd like you to do now is pause me. I'll stop the share. Pause me for now. Go into Education City and find your first activity for today, your starter for today. Complete that, and then when you've done that, come and press play again, and I will let you know what we are doing for the rest of our lesson. Good luck. Okay, so hopefully you managed to get that little bit of a quiz done, and we can check out on all your scores on how you got on Education City. So today we are going to try and get a little bit practical with you. We're hoping that you're going to be able to have a bit of fun today in maths. Now, there are alternative options and I will come on to them afterwards, but I'm going to start with the practical option first. So today, after learning about what a pictogram was and interpreting different pictograms yesterday, we would like you today to create your own pictogram. That is your lesson, Walt, for today, to construct your own pictogram. So for this, you're going to need some items. Now, these items could be things from home, like Lego pieces. So you could organise them by colour, or you could organise them by size, maybe. So you could use like the 2-piece Lego pieces, the 4-piece, the 8-piece Lego pieces, and sort them out like that. You could organise books on your bookshelf, maybe by author. So if you have books by David Walliams or J.K. Rowling, you could put them into groups like that. So organising things. You may want to do it based on your teddy bears at home. If you've got teddies, you could do teddies that are rabbits, actual teddy bears. You may have pandas, sort them into different categories that way. You may want to do something that's from your kitchen. Possibly you could do the cutlery drawer would be a good one, using knives and forks and spoons. That would be a good one to organise and count how many you've got of those. Or fruit in your fruit bowl would be another one. So you can choose what you're organising to make your pictogram today. And I'm going to show you one that, or two that I've done in school. Now I'm on the floor and I'm going to try my best to show you how I have got my information together. So in school, we sometimes use these little objects for counting, and in here is about, there's all different animals. So I have organised the animals for my pictogram on the floor down here, which I'm hoping to be able to show you. Down here on the floor, I have organised these into lines. So you can see here, I've organised the fish into a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fish. 2 turtles, 1, 2. 3 dogs, 1, 2, 3, and 4 birds, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see they're all different colours, but it doesn't matter because my pictogram is showing different amounts of animal toys that we have here. So if this were my pictogram here, I would have a line going up here to show me the number, and I would have a line across here to show me what I was gathering, what information I was gathering, which is animals. So you can see I've put all of my toys into groups and put them in a nice straight line up here to show a practical pictogram. So if you do yours like this, whatever objects you choose, take a photo of it because we'd love to see how you've organised it on the floor like I have. Now that I've got it here like this, I now need to draw it onto a pictogram properly into my maths book or onto a pictogram template, which I'll also show you. So that's what I have done. So if I just lift this computer back up again, and the whiteboard is here, I'll just pull it forward. Make sure you can see it. It's quite hard to see because it's quite faint. So I've used a ruler to draw a vertical line, nice and straight down here. This is for my number, my amount. I've done a horizontal line across here, making a right angle, using our linked learning there. Horizontal line there, nice and straight. And at the bottom, I've put a title there, that is the animals here. I've also got, which I don't know if you can see, a title at the top, and it says a pictogram to show different animal toys. That's what I've sorted. And then down here, really importantly, at the bottom, I've done a key. And my key says that 1 picture equals 1 animal. Okay, so I've got using a scale of 1. So on here now, with my fabulous drawing skills, I'm going to quickly draw how many I've got. So I'm looking at the floor again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 fish. 1, 2, keeping them in a nice line. 3, 4, 5, 6 fish there on my pictogram. Okay, moving across, I've got the turtles. So I change the colour just to make it look a bit different. So my turtles I'm going to draw like this. I know they don't look much like turtles. 1, only 2 turtles. And I'm just making sure that my number 1s are in line and my number 2s are in line. That's really important as well. I only have 2 turtles. And then I'm going to do dogs. So looks more like a cat, but it is a dog. In fact, let's take the whiskers off. Dog 1. My pictures should all be the same as well. 2, and I've got 3 dogs, making sure it's in line with 3 fish. 3 dogs on there, more like teddy bears. And the last one is the bird, and I've got 4 birds. So this time I'm going to do a beak. 1, 2, 3, 4 birds. So there is my pictogram. I've done my own pictogram. I've used a ruler to draw my lines. I have organised my equipment already on the floor down here so that I know what my data is, what my groups are. And then I've transferred it onto paper up here using the pictures for each one. Okay, so that's with a scale of 1. Now, things would be a little bit different if I used a different scale type. So let's get rid of my animals, because this time I'm using objects that I've got more of. Okay, so we didn't have very many animals there. It was okay to use a scale of 1 here because there wasn't too many of them. But if you get a larger number, you may want to change what this scale picture is down here. So if you've got more items, you might need to use a different scale, like I said. So this time I'm looking at these little cubes that we sometimes use in school. I'm obviously not going to make a pictogram for all of them, but I've gathered up a group of them and I've organised them into colours this time. So down here on the floor, you can see I have organised them into colours, and I've got the right colour pens or very similar colour pens ready as well. So I've got black cubes, red cubes, blue cubes, orange cubes and white cubes. And you can see my white ones, quite a lot there, and for the reds and blues, quite a number of them. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black. I'm going to use purple to represent black. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. 1, 2, 3 orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I've got 16 white, which I'm going to use yellow to represent. So it's quite a large number. So rather than drawing 16 cubes out with a scale of 1 for each cube, I can use a different times table. I can use a different number. And for this one, I'm going to use my 2 times table, a key of 2. So I've started to draw this out on here again for you. So again, I've done a horizontal line, sorry, a vertical line, a horizontal line. This is my number, my amount. Down here, I am going to be organising the colour of cubes. At the top, I've got a title that says, if you can just see it, a pictogram to show different colour cubes. And then down here, I've changed my key. This time, my key says that 1 square, 1 box, is the same as 2 cubes. Okay, so we're going to have a go at this. So on the floor, I had 5 black cubes. So I'm going to use purple to represent black. So there's 1, but that doesn't represent 1, that represents 2. Another one, that represents 4. 2, 4, and then I've got 5, so I'm going to have to draw half of a cube to represent 5. 2, 4, 5, half of a cube. Okay, for red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 red. So how many cubes do you think I need to draw for 10? If it's 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I need to draw 5. Now remember, they've got to be the same size as the ones you've already drawn. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 red cubes represented on there. Okay, my blues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 blues. So I'm using 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. I need to draw 4 of them. 2, make sure they're the same size and in line. 4, 6, 8 blues. There we go, representing 2 for each picture. My oranges, I've got 3 oranges, 3 orange cubes. So there's 2. And how do I show another 1? Can you remember how I show another 1? I can't draw a full cube. Well done, I draw half of a cube. There we go. So that's 2, 3 cubes on there. Okay, and then my last one, my biggest amount is white, and I've got 16 whites. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I need 8. Very hard to see on here. 2, 4. Make sure they're all in line with the other ones. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cubes on there. That's really, really hard to see. Let me see if I can bring it in so you can see where I've drawn the 16 cubes there. Look, there we go. So I've done my pictogram. Now I've done it quite quickly to show you, and I've used a scale of 1 with my animals. 1 animal equals 1 picture of an animal equals 1 animal, and a scale of 2. 1 cube picture equals 2 cubes that I've gathered together. Now, if you've got loads of something, you may decide to change your key to 4. And if you've got even more than that, you may decide to choose your key, you change your key to 8. But just remember, start with, maybe, if you want to challenge yourself, start with using 2 as a starting point, I would say. And then if you want to do another one, you can. But yes, you can change your key to suit yourself. Okay, that's your challenge today. So this is you collecting a group of items, ordering them, just like I have here, into an order on the floor. Take a picture of what you've done, and then you're going to transfer that into your own pictogram drawing, your own pictogram graph. Okay, So in the folder today, we have saved for you, let me just share the screen. We have saved for you a template here of a pictogram. So if you couldn't draw it yourself, for whatever reason, you could use this as a template. We would rather you draw it yourself, but if you want to do it here, but you can see that the scale is in 2s here. So your key is showing that each one represents 2, whatever it is that you choose. We would prefer you to do it like we have and draw your own, but there is a template there just in case, okay? So that is for your pictogram. Now that's the practical element of today. Now I know that for some mums and dads working at home and for some of you, it's not as easy for you to be able to do it practically, and we completely understand that. If you can't, it's also saved in the OneDrive folder. Circles, you have got one here to create your own here, okay? So the first thing you need to do is a little tally chart, and a tally chart you will have done in year 2 is when you do little scores, and we did this with Roman numerals a little bit to show how many you've got of each. So counting the bananas and how many carrots, tomatoes, apples and pears, and then you're going to draw it on here thinking about your own little kid. It says in your pictogram, 1 picture should represent 2. So you've got a scale of 2 to draw yours for there. So that's for the circles to have a go at. Squares, you've got one similar there as well to have a go at. Same scale, 2 to represent 2. And hexagons, you've got one here, which is people's eye colour. So you've got all the different eye colours here, and you're going to draw it onto this pictogram, which is showing it slightly differently to represent 2 here. And then you've got one that you can make your own key for down here at the bottom. Okay. If you want to draw your own like I have, but you don't have any information to hand or any things that you can collect, open up the document and use this here as your items to sort. Same with squares, same with hexagons. Use this information and then draw your own if you want to, if you don't want to do the practical side of it, or you can just do it on the sheets. Okay, that's your options. There is another option as well, because by the end of this lesson, we want you to have created your own pictogram in some way, whether that's drawing your own with practical items, doing it on the worksheet, or I'm going to stop this share. You can go on to, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to find it, Purple Mash. And we have set on Purple Mash, I can't quite find it at the moment. Give me a moment.